that's what we often hear about, and that's what we can very easily look up. We can look at a charity's annual report, we can look at a website, we can look at all sorts of forms and reports and see how are our philanthropic efforts, or our voluntary efforts, our giving, how are these activities improving mankind, improving the state of the world. That's easy to find, right? But what I've found, what I've heard time and time again in my career, are so many stories of people finding purpose, finding meaningful careers, recovering from very painful experiences, becoming closer to their loved ones and their friends as they share a passion for a common cause, and also finding meaning beyond wealth. So I thought that these stories deserve to be told.
Wow. How long did it take you to pull all this together?
About 2.5 years. Actually, I started out with that obsession to tell these stories of what giving can do for you, what giving can do for us, our sense of happiness and fulfillment and purpose. And I didn't even know anyone in the literary industry, in the publishing world, but I thought I had an idea, and I believed in it, and luckily other people believed in it as well. So I found myself getting published by Penguin Random House, and that was
huge.
Such a surprise as a first-time author.
Yeah, that is amazing. And I guess the thing is, too, it's, kind of looking at whether it's millennials, because I think a lot of that probably drives it. They want to work for companies and get involved with causes and things that are bigger than themselves, especially because, they often get a reputation for being selfish and self-absorbed, but there's so much focus now, and maybe, I don't know if it's millennial driven or if it's culture driven, but there seems to be so much more emphasis and a lot more, being talked about from the whole giving perspective. And again, giving, not just money, but giving time or giving attention or giving of yourself in whatever way that may be. And why is that? Is there, beyond even the holiday season, why does there seem to be more interest in that?
Well, yes, you're right. We have entered an era where it's cool to give. 10 or 20 years ago, if you got out of a good school, you'd be working in Wall Street.
Right.
Now young people are interested in careers around social impact and social change. And there seems to be a general consensus that it's now less cool to be a banker and way cooler to be a social innovator.
Isn't it true?
And there are hard statistics to back this up. For example, according to the website Net Impact, 72% of students these days consider having
college students. College students.
Yes, college students consider having a job where I can have an impact to be very important or essential to their happiness. And social entrepreneurship has exploded in the last 10 years. And is now a track offered at more than 30 business schools.
And I'm sorry, what is it called?
Social entrepreneurship.
Oh, wow.
Second school is now offered at more than 30 business schools.
Wow. And I'm sure a lot of the top ones, too.
Yes, a lot of the top ones. It's become almost just a basic thing to have, for schools such as University of Pennsylvania, Yale. They all have philanthropy centers now. Stanford. People are just interested in this topic.
Yeah.
Are interested in this topic.
And what happened? Obviously we're beyond the greed is good, Gordon Gekko, Wall Street movie kind of thing. What changed? I mean, obviously young people have been born all the time, so something in the culture must have shifted.
Well, yes, I think it's a confluence of a lot of different factors. One of them being social media,
Yes.
Through social media these days, there's greater awareness of what's going on. There's greater awareness of the different issues. And so a lot of people are becoming activists in their own right.
Yeah, that's a great point. Mm-hmm. And it's not just millennials, I'm assuming.
Not just millennials.
Mm-hmm.
Even mid-career professionals, retirees. In fact, there are, I mean, just going back to your question on the scientifically proven benefits of giving or volunteerism, when you look at older people, there's research that shows, this is from Carnegie Mellon University, there's research that shows that volunteering for 4 hours a week dramatically lowers blood pressure in older adults. And yeah, so you know how every day we're learning more about how negative lifestyle factors such as poor diet, lack of exercise, all these things increase someone's risk of hypertension. But there are also positive lifestyle factors that we can integrate in our lives, such as volunteer work, that could actually help us, help people age successfully and healthily. So volunteerism and, volunteerism is one way to do so.
Great. That is so neat. So I just want to go back for one quick second because I think I missed a word here. There are positive lifestyle factors we can integrate into our lives to help people age something and healthily.
Successfully, if it's successful.
Successfully, thank you.
And remain healthy.
Okay. Great. And I love that, taking it from the positive aspect, because so often, especially when you work in healthcare, it's all about disease states and about disorders and about what's wrong. And if you don't do this or don't take that, you're going to die and you're going to have all these, you know, and it's like, can we flip the script on that? Can we look at, if you do this other stuff, let's do some positive, proactive stuff, and then you won't have to worry about that other stuff. So thank you for that one. So that was one of the factors you mentioned, social media. I was asking, it's not obviously just millennials. It's, you know, what are some of those other causative factors that...
Another thing is, I think these days, a lot of people are actually being public about their giving. You know, there's a question I asked of a Harvard professor, Michael Norton. I asked him, what kind of giving actually leads to more happiness and fulfillment? Is it public giving or anonymous giving? Right. And many of us would think that it's anonymous giving that is more virtuous, right? Because, you're being very hush-hush about it and no one needs to know. But actually, this Harvard professor said that studies show that it's actually public giving that results in more happiness and fulfillment. And this is because when you give publicly, you actually allow yourself the opportunity to experience the gratitude of those you're helping. Helping a relationship, helping a relationship with those the beneficiaries or the organizations or the people that you are helping out. And that in turn gives you a greater sense of fulfillment and happiness. And how does this tie into, you know, how young people these days are more socially active? Well, they see it a lot these days. Like there are celebrities that give. There are people who are famous in the world of business, in sports, in politics, you know, retired politicians or even members of royalty who are very publicly giving. And a lot of people feel inspired by these moves and feel compelled to do their own thing in their own way.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. And I guess if we're going to be celebrity obsessed, let's be obsessed about something positive that they're doing and not just the crazy stuff. Got it. Yeah, because I'm just thinking of Mark Zuckerberg and, you know, that announcement just this week. You know, so it's like, you know, and obviously most of us don't have billions that we can give away, but